you soak them in water, the moment it touches water, nut has a brain of its own. It is happening to an extent where allergies are no more small disturbances in the body, it is killing. I knew people have nut allergy. Even I used to have nut allergy. I mean, before I turned spiritual and started teaching, I used to have nut allergy also. All the nuts, I kept away from them. But then when I started teaching, I saw there is no other way. So I developed a certain love for the nuts. So leaving that aside, I know in India we know those, we call this pitta, where certain nuts which have a very strong sense of protein in it can cause certain rashes and things in you. We have a simple solution for this. We soak it in water for 4-5 hours and then eat it. It gets neutralized. As simple as that. Or because nuts are seeds also, if you soak them in water, the moment it touches water, nut has a brain of its own. You know, even nuts have brains. It begins to think it must sprout, that it thinks it's found a habitat for it to sprout because that's what it's been waiting for. So, when it wants to sprout, once it's in the earth, it knows there are many others who want to eat him up. Insects, worms, others. So, there is a certain level of poisonous substance. In different nuts it's different. Some of the nuts have mild aspects of cyanide in them that moves to the surface beneath its skin. So we figured this out and we said, soak the nut for 5-6 hours, peel the outer skin, that poison goes away, then you eat it, then you will not get any of these rashes and things like that. This is the level of allergy that I was exposed to. But once I was traveling by the Delta Airlines in United States, and they announced that today we are not serving peanuts because there is one person in the plane who is allergic. First of all, you know, I used to have problems, what is a peanut? Because it comes from the ground, it's not a nut, it is a legume, but we call it a nut because it has a shell. It comes from the ground, so we always call it ground nut. That's the only thing that comes from the ground in that type of shell. Because it comes from the ground, it's a groundnut. When I came here, people started saying peanut, peanut, I always used to wonder, how do they do it? We pick it from the ground, how do you get a peanut? Anyway, that's been sorted out now. So one person has an allergy in the airplane and you cannot open your groundnut packet and he may die. Then I spoke to a few doctors and others, is it true really? Are we exaggerating this? He said, no, Sadhguru, it is true in a controlled atmosphere. If you open this groundnut packet, that person will die. Whoa! So, I also had allergy for nuts, I told you, but not this kind of allergy, that it can kill you, and so many people have died. Now people have allergy for milk, for allergy for rain, allergy for sunlight. just about everything that sustains your life. Well, we must understand, there may be many reasons, but in my understanding, in my perception of things, one reason is, I think we are not keeping all this life that is existing within us and supporting our life all the time, making us who we are not keeping them happy. The microbial life within us, for some reason, is not happy, either because of excessive processed food or living constantly in unnatural conditions, air conditioning all the time, living in cities where highly polluted air, and above all, everything sanitized, super sanitized. Your home is like a hospital, it's like a operation theater, it is sanitized all the time. Everybody, okay, now virus time you do this, but all the time wash it with soap, wash it with soap. See, bacteria, virus, microbes are a part of us. There are more of them than us in this body. What you call as myself, it is very much less than the number of microbial life that exists within us. Keeping them happy is very important. So just taking a leaf of natural conditions, not in a city garden, maybe it's all sprayed with insecticide, but in natural condition and putting it in your mouth is not going to kill you, because this life and that life is connected. Above all, being disconnected from earth, being disconnected from the soil from which we have come and the soil to which we will inevitably go, being disconnected, I think the microbial life, these 1,000 and odd species of microbes are not happy. Once they're not happy, if they freak a little bit, your health freaks, your psychological balance freaks, your emotional balance freaks, all these things are happening. So at a time like this, I know this is a dangerous thing to talk at a time like this, when a microbial, micro life like a virus is threatening our life, I am talking about making deals with them. Because long-term well-being, particularly your psychological and emotional well-being, at a time like this, when tomorrow is a definite uncertainty, it always is, but you have some sense of fixed certainty in your mind. But now you clearly know it is uncertain and you are struggling with the uncertainty of life. When this is so, keeping your gut happy is very important. It is very important, at least this much you must do, particularly those of you who are here in the Western countries who are buying even fermented stuff like, let's say, curd or yogurt. At least this much you must learn, to ferment your own curd in natural conditions with natural milk. Everything coming to you from a factory, probably there's not much life left in it. Well, now there are people who are selling probiotics. The whole world is full of… the whole planet is full of probiotic. That also must come from the marketplace, otherwise you cannot trust it. Well, I think this situation, post-virus, whenever that is also uncertain. We don't know when that is. Because I think 3 weeks ago, in India, we were all feeling, this is it, we have mastered this damn virus. In such a large population, we have contained it. But the moment economic activity opened up, it's just going crazy all over the place. So nobody has a handle over it. When this situation is on, the best thing to do is, everything in this system must be, for lack of vocabulary, I'm saying happy, must be comfortable. Your gut must be comfortable, your head must be comfortable, your entire system must be comfortable, because in pleasantness of experience, your immune system functions at its best. That is an acknowledged fact everywhere. So keeping it well is very important, but tomorrow you don't know what is tomorrow. Right now your only goal, first goal, not the only goal, the most basic goal is tomorrow you must be alive. That's the important thing. Don't think this is a joke. This is not a joke anymore. I think the number of deaths in the world is closing up to 1 million, so it is no more a joke, it is real.